Well, as much emphasis we put on the Winston All-Star race, this truthfully is the main event at Charlotte Motor Speedway, because today we are here for the running of the Coca-Cola 600, the longest race on the Castrol GTX Cup Series season. This is stop number 13 here, as we're set for 60 laps of action on this mile-and-a-half track. This race is so long, it may require a pit stop, I think, within the last, 10 laps of this race, I'm not sure, as I've done the test races on this. But anyway, here we go. But anyway, this is going to be a big race here today on this mile and a half race track here, as 41 cars lined up in quest for one big thing: victory. Here's starting for today's running event. On the pole at 183 miles an hour, it is Ryan George in the number 23 Camel Smokin' Joe's Ford. Beside him will be Phil Parker, number 5, the Kellogg's Cornflakes Chevrolet. Row 2 is Audra Baranowskis in number 30, the Pennzoil Pontiac, and number 24, Michael Whitman is alongside. Row 3, it is the Daytona 500 champion, Charles Sanford in number 41, Kodiak Chevrolet, and Johnny Gardner, number 16, the Family Channel Prime Star Ford, came oh so close to winning the All-Star race the last time we was at Charlotte. Row 4, it is number 12, JT Bryant, and number 99, Levi McIntyre, one of two-time winners this season. He's also won the last race on the tour at Richmond International Raceway, in addition to his win at Darlington. Row 5, it's Becca Tellier in the Valvoline Ford, car number 6, and beside her will be number 42, Kyle Matthews, in the number 42 Coors Light Silver Bullet. He won at Rockingham this season. The sixth row will have Kev Shear, number 71, the Prodigy Chevrolet, and number 17, it is Shane Lake alongside. Next row down, we'll have number 90, Jordan Lopez, and number 18, that is the Paul Minnick car. He has won this season at Bristol. Next row down, it's Dylan Poteet, number 22, the MBNA Pontiac, and Josh Wasborn, number 37, the Little Caesars Kmart Ford. He won a season at North Wilkesboro. Next row down, it's number 98. It is Max Anderson in the RCA Ford. And Kat Batson, who won a season at Talladega. She also won the Winston, the last race on the tour. Next row down, it's Keith Batson, number 20 at Texaco Haviland Ford. And beside him will be Cole Deaver, the winner of the season at Atlanta in the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet. Next row down, it's Quentin Moore, number 75, the Remington Arms Ford. And number 44, Jonathan Sorlin, sitting alongside. Next row down, it is Jack Lagacy, number 87, the Burger King Chevrolet, and Preston Dive Bomb City Plord in the number 15 car. Next row down is number 81, Nick Baxter, and beside him will be number 11, the Lowe's Ford of Patrick Smith. Next row down, it's Glenn Duhit, number 8, the Circuit City Ford, and Jesse Turner, number 19, sits alongside. Going the next row down will be Joshua Collard, number 43, the STP Pontiac. Beside him will be number 9, the Spam Ford of Ashland Boyd. Next row down has Dylan Young carrying one of our in-car cameras since today's event in the Miller Ford, number 2. Beside him will be number 7, the QVC Ford of Mike Becker. Going the next row down will be car number 21, Jason Haywood in the Citgo Ford, and William Brock, who won a season at California in the Kodak Film Chevrolet. Next row down is Zachary Fitzwater, number 29, the Cartoon Network Ford. Beside him will be car number 1, or Cartoon Network Chevrolet, car number 1, the Hooters Pontiac that's alongside it's Alexander Rowe. Going the next row down, the other two-time winner of the season, Jessica Shelton, number 94, the McDonald's Ford. She has another one of her in-car cameras. She won a season at Texas and again at Martinsville. She'll be alongside the Las Vegas winner, Al Lagacy, in the 33 Skull Bandit Chevrolet. Next row down, Kyle Langland, number 25, the Budweiser Chevrolet, and number 77, Jasper Engines Ford of Chelsea Bowles. And starting shotgun in the field, it is Ryan Acosta, and number 10, the Tide Ford. Our third in-car camera, by the way, will be riding inside the car of Charles Sanford. So he starts this race in 5th position, as this is the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte Motor Speedway, and here comes the command to fire the engines here today.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
Apparently somebody had trouble getting started. Apparently something. I don't know what happened here, but there we go. Everybody's all together, but we'll check to see if anybody's on pit road or not. There we go. So everybody's now caught up here. So the pace car leads to the field down on this pace lap here. Ryan George, number 23, and Phil Parker, number 5. In fact, the top 4 cars that qualified have not yet won a race, and we have had 10 winners in the first 12 races on the season. As I said, Levi McIntyre and Jessica Shelton, the only two-time winners so far this season. Everybody else is the other winners this season so far are Charles Samper, Al Legacy, Kyle Matthews, and a few others. Anyway, I ain't got time to name them all. But anyway, green flag's about to come out here as the Coca-Cola 600 is underway. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys and girls. Pole speed for this race, 183 miles an hour, but we should see some great action here today on this mile-and-a-half racetrack here. As the field comes off corner number 4, Ryan George, car 23, leads the first lap of the event here. In the second position goes number 30. That's, it was Audra Baranowskis, but now Charles Samper now moves inside to take second position away. Riding inside Charles Samper's car. Samper dives to the inside lane, speed shot. I tell you what, this looks like a 180-mile-an-hour pace lap here on this racetrack here at Charlotte. Becca Taylor to the inside. She'll take the number 1 spot. Kev Shear to second position. Or tries for second position as he goes inside of Tellier's car. To the inside in the third turn. Now Jordan Lopez now moves the inside number 90 car. He's got one of the best in Dylan Pote right there behind him in number 22. 98 car, that is the Max Anderson automobile. He's up there in the top 5 spots now, or in the top 5. And Keith Batson, number 28, Texaco Haviland Ford, has not yet won this season. Won twice last season, winning at Michigan and then on a road course at Sonoma, which, by the way, on the schedule, there will be a couple of races replaced this season for a couple of road courses we're actually going to try out this season in this series. It would be the road courses of the Burke Lakefront Airport in Cleveland, Ohio, and the other one will be at Road America. So we'll be trying those 2 road courses out. So it'll be 5 road courses on the season instead of the usual 3. As they come off turn number 4, Keith Batson now goes to the number 1 spot with Quentin Moore now going to second position. Shane Lake's going to try for third now. Al Legacy Jack Legacy, in 87. Now working his way up to the top 5. We got a few surprises in the top 5. Jack Legacy, Nick Baxter, Glenn Duhit in the 8 car. And Max Anderson in the 98. There's a few surprises we got in the top 10. We got a few of the veterans. We got a couple of veterans actually moving their way up through the field here. Joshua Collard, as is Dylan Young, Jason Haywood, Zachary Fitzwater, the defending race champion at number 29. On board Dylan Young's car, as we said, Young, one of our 3 in-car cameras in this race. He, Charles Samper, and Jessica Shelton carrying our in-car cameras in today's event. Off corner number 4 they come. See how fast Dylan goes into turn number 1. 182 miles an hour, 180, 182, 184 miles an hour to turn number 1. Running right behind Joshua Collard at number 43. Down the backstretch, 186 miles an hour. And down to about 177 through the third and fourth turns. Catch the draft off Collard's car, 183, 184, 85 miles an hour. And that last lap for Dylan Young, 183.624 miles an hour. Jack Lagacy now takes the lead in the 87 car. Fast lap of the race recorded by William Brock in number 4 at 186.7 miles per hour. So they were just faster than what they qualified for the pole. And here comes Joshua Card about ready to bring that number 43 to the lead. The famous number 43, Petty Blue, and kind of a bright red number 43. And now Jason Haywood, another Ford, number 21, goes inside. Now Dylan Young for the lead. And now Haywood dives inside. He'll take the number 1 spot now. Fitzwater's up there. Osborne now making his appearance in the top 5. And don't look now, but here comes that number 94, Jessica Shelton, to the inside as she's now moved her way up to the top 5 now. Shelton, as we said, has a 1.5 mile win to her credit at Texas Motor Speedway this season. In that classic battle she had down to between her and Kyle Langland for the win. On board Jessica Shelton's car. Riding in 3rd position right now behind Fitzwater and Osborne. And now Shelton moves up the high. Now Shelton gets left up on the high side now. And Langland dives inside in 25. As Joshua Osborne now takes the lead in 37. Fitzwater led the last time by, but here comes Langland to the inside, number 25 for the lead. Lead changes are not recorded until lead changes are recorded when they get to the stripe. Whoever leads the lap. It's not how many lead changes we have per lap, or it's not how many passes we have that are recorded. The lead changes are only recorded when the leaders hit the stripe. In other words, if the rules were otherwise, then we'd have like double or triple the lead changes per race. But it's only recorded when they hit the start finish line. And how about our last place starter, Ryan Acosta, number 10? He'll take the lead, and he leads his first lap of the race. Now with Mike Becker second, and 3rd position is now the one of Alexander Rowe in the Hooters Pontiac. So 3 of the back of the pack starters is now worked their way up to the front spots. And now here comes the 4th place. Here comes the outside pole sitter, Phil Parker, winner last season down in Rockingham. $16 laps in the books and still 16 laps in the books and still 44 laps to go. Here at Charlotte, averaging 183.282 miles an hour after the first 16 laps of the event, and now Phil Parker has lead. Here comes Baranauskas to the inside, and it's going to be Parker leading this first lap of the race as Audra Baranauskas now goes inside. And she'll take the lead for the moment. She's got the very hungry driver, Jesse Turner, behind her. Turner now in 2nd position. Now he raced his way into the All-Star race, and during the Winston. And Jesse Turner leads his first lap of the day. And now here comes William Brock, the man who dominated down in California a couple of races back. for his first ever series victory. And here comes number 44. That's Jonathan Zorlin. He's up there. Here comes number 9. That is the car of Ashlyn Boyd, who is a two-time who won twice last season at New Hampshire and also was a winner at the Pepsi 400 at Daytona. There he is, the number 9. Jesse Turner led his second lap of the day as William Brock got doggone close to leading his lap. He has to lead for the moment, but here comes Ashlyn Boyd to the inside. Brock throws the block in number 4 as they come off the 4th corner now. Preston Plord up in the trying for 3rd position now. Michael Whitman in 24. And Brock led his lap by just a mere 0.05 of a second over the number 9 car as Boyd has to lead for the moment. Here comes Dive Bomb City Plord to the inside. It's Preston Plord in the 15 Hayes Modems Ford. Off the 4th corner they come, and here comes Michael Whitman in 24 to the inside. Plord leads his first lap of the day, and now here comes Whitman to the inside, and he'll take the Jeff Gordon cars to the lead now, number 24. But only for a moment as they off the 2nd turn now. Chelsea Bowles dives inside in 77. As she sticks the nose of her Ford to the inside of Whitman Chevrolet. Fords dominate this manufacturer's breakdown with 23 cars in the field, 13 Chevrolets, and I believe 5 Pontiacs. And we got a guy in the where do they come, and you talk about where did they come from? How about Johnny Gardner in 16? Where did he come from now? As he's about ready to challenge Michael Whitman for the lead now in number 16 car, and he'll dive inside. Quentin Moore was going to help him, but he got shut to the track by Jordan Lopez, and now Gardner's going to take the lead. And here comes Lopez in number 90, and he'll get the help from Kyle Matthews in number 42. Matthews comes to the inside. Lopez looks like he'll lead his first lap of the day, and he will. 5 laps from halfway home. All the cars are still running ever since the start. And now riding on board Charles Samper's car. Samper, the pride from the state of California. Out in front, and he will take his first lead of the day. Fast lap race so far now recorded by Levi McIntyre, 187.468 miles an hour. Samper's best lap is just a mere 186.4. Well, didn't know he had a 4th in-car camera here. That was Michael Whitman's view right there. Now for Dylan Young's perspective, and see where he's at right now. He is running in the 30th position. He has dropped back just a little bit. Al Legacy, by the way, is taking the lead in the 33 car. As we watch Dylan Young make his way through the field here. And now for Jessica Shelton's view, and she's now hooked up behind Cole Deaver's car, number 3. Shelton in 22nd. Down the backstretch they come, and here comes number 22, Dylan Poteet. Darn pace car. Poteet goes inside of Paul Minnick now for the lead, and he'll take the number 1 spot. He's got the help from the 12 of JT Bryant. And the pole sitter right there behind number 23, that is the car of Ryan George. Poteet has not won a race in a long time in this series, I might add. The man who was the first ever champion in this series, and also one of the few guys has won 2 Daytona 500s in this series. As Poteet leads his first lap of the day, and now here comes JT Bryant, number 12. And now Ryan George decides he wants to go for the lead again. As he's got Becca Tellier behind him in number 6 and the 43 car of Joshua Carter. Boy, who's going to lead this lap between the 6 and the 23 cars? It's going to be the 23 car leading this lap. And we're halfway home, 30 laps down and 30 laps to go. Still caution-free for the moment. And here comes Joshua Carter with the help of Kev Shear in 71. Shear's last win in this series came on this very same track about a couple of seasons back. He's had some good runs, but has not quite. But sometimes some of those good runs have not quite materialized, or rather, I should say, manifest itself into a good finish. Collard leads his lap, and now Kev Shear decides he wants to go for the lead with the help of Patrick Smith and Keith Batson. So you got a Chevrolet being chased by 2 Fords, Patrick Smith and Keith Batson, and you got a Chevy behind him behind Batson with Cole Deaver in number 3. There he is as his Earnhardt special passes the Petty special of Collard. And now Batson decides to go for second position. He's got it, and see who leads between he and Kev Shear. It's going to be a 71 of Shear leading his lap. So now it's Batson to the lead. Deaver second. Shelton now goes to third in 94. Back on board Jessica Shelton's car as she's still behind Cole Deaver. She's helped them up through this field. And Shelton again gets pushed to the high side, but now she finds a hole down low. Batson leads his first lap, but now Cole Deaver's going to take the lead in number 3. And here comes Shelton to the inside. You're riding with her. She goes for the lead. And she'll take it in the third turn. Well, I tell you what, the question is who hasn't led a lap today? That's been the big question. Dylan Young now moves inside. He'll take the lead from Jessica Shelton. And I know one who hasn't led a lap yet, and that is the car behind him, is the car of Levi McIntyre. McIntyre came in this race the points leader coming into this event at Charlotte by virtue of being one of the drivers that's won twice this season. And McIntyre will get his first lap led today. So it's McIntyre now the number 1 spot. Second position is Audra Baranowskis in number 30. And in the third spot now goes 29, Zachary Fitzwater. And now here comes Baranowskis and Fitzwater to the inside. And Fitzwater's going to get shoved up the track by Glenn Duhit, number 8. He's got one of the KEB cars behind him. That's Jason Haywood in the 21 car. It's the Wood Brothers piece he's driving. And I thought McIntyre's going to maintain himself back in line between the 30 and the 8, but gets pushed up the track by the 8. And now Audra Baranowskis leads her first lap of the race. I tell you what, as many surprises we got up to the field there, we may have a surprise winner possibly, just like we did at Las Vegas with Al Lagasse winning that race over there. That was on a 1.5-mile track, so off the forecourt they come. Pontiac leads Ford's second, third, and fifth now, as Shane Lake in the Chevrolet breaks into the top 5 now. And here comes another Ford. That's Mike Becker, who has not won since last season at Talladega. And he could possibly be in contention for a win. But let's remember on the test race I did on this track that we did seem to have pit stops within the last 10 laps. So there's a possibility of that happening. And I don't quite know what the fuel window is at Charlotte. I think it's about a little over. I think the fuel window at Charlotte's about like maybe 50 or so laps. I'm actually really not sure, to be honest. And of course, people going on pit road in a pack like this, so that can cause a caution flag to fly within the final 5 or 10 laps. Anyway, 7-car Jason Haywood, or 7-car, Mike Becker led his first lap of the day, but here comes Quentin Moore in 75 to the inside. He's got the help from Joshua Osborne and the 5 of Phil Parker. Quentin Moore, of course, a huge Morgan Shepherd fan, as evidenced by the Morgan Shepherd car he's running from the 1996 car set. But he will not lead this lap. It'll be Osborne's going to take the lead now, and he'll lead his first lap of the day. And here comes Phil Parker to the inside, number 5, as he takes the Kellogg's Cornflakes Chevy up to the front, but not for long, because here comes number 44, Jonathan Zorlin, with the help of Charles Sanford in 41. Sanford dives inside, sticks his nose to the inside of the Twinning Chevrolet of Zorlin. Front bumper cam from Charles Sanford. We saw a good idea of how close he got to the back bumper of Zorlin's car. And see the last place start running right there. There's taking you through the field from the back to the front there. There's Johnny Gardner trailing the field there. Minnick is behind. Matthews, Becketelier. Alexander Rowe in the 1 car's behind. Michael Whitman. Nick Baxter in the 81 car. 2 of the black cars, Keith Batson, Cole Devers back there. Jordan Lopez, Shelton's back there. Chelsea Bowles in the 77 car. Jesse Turner led his first lap of the day as they come off the 4th corner now. Actually, I think Turner led his second lap of the day. Excuse me. And now Max Anderson, I think led that lap. I think he did in the 98 car. Yes, he did by just a smidgen. Let's see what the margin was that time by. It was 14,000th of a second. Well, I tell you what, this keeps up. We might get a good finish in the middle of all this after all, too. And Charlotte has been known for that. But here comes 98. That's Anderson to the inside. Here comes Ryan Acosta in the 10 car, the Tide Ford. Ashlyn Boyd up there, number 9. 88 car, that is Kat Batson. Kat Batson, of course, trying to pull off the All-Star /600 sweep. And seldom has that ever happened in this series. Let's remember, Batson won the season down in Talladega. Closing up on 10 laps to go here at Charlotte. Several cars splitting up right there, and here comes Collard. Joshua Collard, number 43, is going to take his move to the inside, and he's got the lead now as they come down for 11 laps to go. Al Legacy's back there in the number 6 car, or number 33 car, excuse me. 25, Kyle Langland is in there. He's been so close so many times this season to try to get a win, and he has not yet pulled one off. Maybe tonight could be the night here at Charlotte. 10 laps to go. Now what's going to happen here in these last 10 laps? Let's remember, Joshua Collard holding the lead for the moment has now Langland to the inside now. Collard leads his first lap of the leads his lap here. And here comes Langland. He'll take the lead. Jack Legacy going to try for second position in 87 car. And the number 4 cars in this mix, that's the William Brock car. Dylan Poteet's in there. 22, Shane Lake. All getting into it now. 8 laps to go. Keeping an eye out for anything for any slowing cars here, possibly. Let's remember, if anybody slows down in this pack of cars here, there's going to be a possibility of an absolute wreck. Poteet now for the lead. Now here comes Jason Haywood, number 21. Kev sharing this mix in 71. And we got cars going down the apron of the track. And now Jordan Lopez is coming in. Oh. And now we got problems off turn number 4. Yep. Cars starting to pit that time by. Michael Whitman's in on pit road. There's 90 car, that's Jordan Lopez, Shane Lake. And one of the red cars is in there Phil Parker, number 5, has crashed. We saw 30 car of Audra Baranowskis. I think she spun. And the 30 car Joshua Osborne crashed as well. Take a look again as to what happened. There's Whitman coming down pit road. Chelsea Bowles actually snuck a peek to the inside. See what happened coming off the 4th corner. Yeah, Bowles spins right there and right into the car of Phil Parker. He crashes and Shelton, 94, she's crashed. Chelsea Bowles spinning right there in the 77 car. And several cars coming to a dead stop right there, including Glenn Duhit. He was one of those to stop. Cole Deaver, Quentin Moore. On board Jessica Shelton's car. Let's look at the view from Chelsea Bowles' view right there. And he in the 77 car. I think she started to come down pit road. Is it right there? Her and Jordan Lopez and Michael Whitman was one of the 3 that was trying to get down pit road and slow down with it. And others were trying to clear out of the way. And let's see what happened to Bowles in 77. I think she's gonna get hit from behind by Michael Whitman. That turned her around, and oh my gosh, Phil Parker, hard hit for him. Comes back in front of and tapped Fitzwater, and he comes back and hits Shelton. Let's look at it from another view right there. Here's Bowles, and remember the pit road speed limit's 55 miles an hour here at Charlotte, by the way. Oh my gosh, yeah, Phil Parker nowhere to go there in the 5 car, and there's where Shelton crashed, and then several drivers trying to play a game of where do I go when I get there. And see the 4 cars right there behind Osborne, Moore, the 30 car of Baranowskis, Glenn Duhit, and Cole Deaver all coming down pit road. We're coming to a dead stop, I should say. So one lap shootout here, and the question is who's going to be good on fuel. William Brock's out of the race, as is the 21 of Jason Haywood and the 5 of Phil Parker, all out of the race because of crashes. So it's going to be a green-white checkered finish here at Charlotte, and Dylan Poteet has the lead. Second is the 11 of Patrick Smith. Third is Ryan George. Fourth is Paul Minnick. Fifth is the car of Ryan Acosta. Dylan Young is 6th. 7th position is Jesse Turner. 8th is Preston Plord. 9th is the 44 of Jonathan Zorlin. And 10th position is Jack Lagasse. So pace car stop on the pit road here. I do hope everybody made their pit stops, I should say. So we'll see what happens here. Green flag is out, and we are back underway. 2 laps to go at Charlotte. And here comes number 11. That's Patrick Smith to the inside. Remember, he won last season at Dover. And 10 car of Ryan Acosta, he's slow on the track. Apparently, he's running out of gas. And Paul Minnick has crashed at number 18. Matthews has crashed. The yellow and white flags have both waved. And that's going to be the race here at Charlotte. And I think the winner is going to be Ryan Jordan. And everybody's coming down pit road. Yep, everybody in for pit stops here. And oh my goodness. And that is going to be the race here, and off the 4th turn, and it's going to be the first win of the season for the number 23 Smokin' Joe's Ford. Ryan George from the pole to the podium wins the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte. Unfreaking believable. So, win number 1 of the season for Ryan George, the 11th different winner of the season here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And yep, as I predicted, the last 10 laps was going to be an absolute cluster, you know what. And we're gonna wait for a while to see how the finishing order comes out here. We know second's going to be Jack Lagasse, an excellent day for him. He comes home second in the Burger King Special. Third will be Kyle Langland. 4th position will be Joshua Collard. Al Lagasse, so good day for the Lagasse team. They come home 2nd and 5th. Al comes home 5th position. 6th will be Max Anderson. 7th will be JT Bryant. Cat Batson will come home 8th. 9th will be Ashland Boyd, matching his car number. And Keith Badson will come home in 10th place. Well, we're going to see what happened to cause the caution to come out right when the white flag was about ready to wave. They came off the fourth corner, and yet the 11 of Patrick Smith actually was about ready to pit too in the 11 car. So he actually surrendered the lead to Ryan George, and so Patrick Smith and Poteet both came in the pit, and so did Jesse Turner in the 19 car. So this was actually an absolute mess that happened in the third and fourth turns. Let's keep an eye on Paul Minnick's car in the 18 car. He's actually slowing down just a bit too, because he and the 10 of Ryan Acosta was about ready to was running out of gas. Minnick comes down on Al Lexi, and he spins right in front of Kyle Matthews in 42. And there's where the one of Alexander Rowe crashed. Fitzwater was into it. And nobody escaped disaster on this one. Kev Shear's in it. Charles Sanford's in it. Cole Deaver. Shelton. Osborne was in it. Jordan Lopez was in it. Shane Lake. Michael Whitman. McIntyre, I think he got a piece of it. Glenn Duhit. Becca Tellier. Mike Becker. Johnny Gardner. Oh my gosh. 81 car, Nick Baxter crashed as well. So 2 of our in-car cameras was in disaster on this one. On board Jessica Shelton's car. Not much you can do in a situation like that. Charles Sanford's view. Watch what happens. So this is going to be one screwed up finishing order. I will say this for darn sure. So the standings are official right now. And the top 10 is correct here. Kev Shear will come home in 11th position. Joshua Osborne will be 12th. Michael Whitman 13th. 14th, Quentin Moore. Jesse Turner 15th. Patrick Smith 16th. Zorland 17th, Poteet 18th, 19th is Tellier, and 20th would be Ryan Acosta. Then Cole Deaver, Charles Sanford, and Preston Plour was the last car on the lead lap in 23rd. And the rest of the order, Kyle Matthews 24th, Bowles 25th, Gardner 26th, Shelton 27th, Fitzwater 28th, Becker 29th, Dylan Young 30th, and Shane Lake 31st. He was the last, one of the last finishers, I should say. The last finisher actually was Audra Baranowskis in 38th, but she was 2 laps down. Minnick, Lopez, McIntyre, Rowe, Baxter, Duhit, Brock, Haywood, and Parker was the cars that finished out of the race, as was Shelton. The average speed of 165.388. So race number 13 proved to be unlucky to several drivers, to say the least, here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. So, that will That's the story from Charlotte Motor Speedway here as Ryan George gets his first victory of the season as he wins the Coca-Cola 600 in a Smokin' Joe's Ford, car number 23, as he was in the right place at the right time and was able to calculate the fuel mileage to perfection. So if you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We have everything on this channel. We got in our races, gaming videos, whatever the president of the NNSCRA sets gold stars for this channel. And please be sure to check out Set Series as well. Please be sure to check out Set's Tech Slayer Truck Series, Pizza Hut X Series, and Hershey's Cup Series. Please be sure to check those races out. Some of the best offline races are in the NNSCRA. So that's the story from Charlotte Motor Speedway. We'll head to the always tough Dover Downs International Speedway, the Monster Mile, for the FedEx All-Season Speaks 400. And for now, this is James Qualls in the production of the NNSCRA. Offline racing at its best.
Greg, did you have any ignition problems?